I remember the first time my mom ever made it, I was just a pee-wee little squirt way down here. I was really tiny, and every time she'd ask, okay, what do you guys want for dinner? I'd always say grandma's recipe.
So last week I was sick. It turned out to be the good old C to the O to the VID, you know, the nasty 19. I'm actually still sick. Can't even pet my dog. That upsets me. But, you know, I figured what would be a better way to rejuvenate myself than making myself sick to my stomach. Hello everybody, I'm SP, and today we're watching Amberlynn Reid's cooking. Because of course.
So this is how the chili is going. There is a lot more onion than I thought, but...
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? Now, I thought about watching Amber do her usual, you know, her soup, you know, her chili, or like a meaty muck water, but I actually decided I would review quite possibly her first ever recipe, her grandma's recipe. But before I start, I do want to ask that you subscribe. I recently hit 300 and I could not be happier. I've been chasing that for years, to be honest, and I finally hit it. So yeah, hit that sub button and let's begin.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, more like good afternoon, but that's okay.
Oh, the life of a YouTuber who barely puts work into her videos. I have diagnosed insomnia, so like, I'm trying to get there too. It'd be nice to, you know, it would be nice to wake up in the afternoon daily, you know, no shame. This is an older video, and, you know, she's a bit more into it versus nowadays where she just sits on the couch and complains. So
I'm making something my mother used to make for me. I wanted to kind of just make something like that for Crystal so she can experience it. It's super simple. Some plain spaghetti, scallion, a little bit of crispy bacon. This is already cooked, thank God. A little bit of soy sauce and some egg.
Doesn't that just sound yummy already? What could she possibly making with this mixture of crap she found in her kitchen? Like what? Honestly, this is shaping up to be a depression meal, you know, a meal you eat when you're depressed. But no, for real, I could see someone, you know, eating this out of desperation, not out of their own free will.
If you guys are ever in a hurry to make something, this is probably one of the best things you could try.
Again, not of your own free will. And also, I don't consider noodles to be something quick. I don't know if that's just me, but noodles are long and I'm impatient when it comes to food. Am I the only one? Tell me in the comments.
I remember the first time my mom ever made it, I was just a pee-wee little squirt way down here. I was really tiny, and every time she'd ask, okay, what do you guys want for dinner? I'd always say grandma's recipe, because that's what she calls it, because it was her grandma's recipe. It's really close to home. I do miss her a tonnage because she has her own life. She's homeless. She's going through like a lot.
Well, now you're probably thinking, SP, don't make fun of this girl. It's her family recipe. It's very near and dear to her. To which, you know, I agree. I probably do suck for making fun of this. But on the other side of the spectrum, apparently she's lying.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
You know, apparently her aunt suggested that this was never a thing. Not only that, but, you know, she's a known liar. She's a known liar, and she's known for having weird cravings. And this is probably just an excuse for her to make something weird and also have some content for her channel. Again, this is an older video, but you know, she's a big manipulator. Yes, big.
I always shorten my pasta. I don't like it when it's all long. It's harder to eat. Looks like it's boiling, so I'm gonna put these in here.
You see, 2020 Amber would be like, I don't know why I do this. I'm so quirky. And like, no, it just stretches out the meal more, you know? It's like we're heading into a depression. We're depressed watching this.
I'm just a messy broad in the kitchen. Make sure this is done. The only thing I added to the egg whites is some pepper.
Music to my autistic ears. But no, I'm still in awe that she intends to mix these eggs with spaghetti. Is that like a thing somewhere other than the Great Depression? Okay, last depression joke. But like, for real, I know she's from the country, so maybe I should, you know, check with my country or living on the bio family. I don't know.
I don't put any butter or oil on my pasta, so it kind of sticks.
That's a cooking faux pas, which I'll get into the reasons for why I believe that's a cooking faux pas and why she just made that cooking faux pas. I'll get to why I believe that later.
Egg is next. Then we got ourselves our bacon, soy sauce. Gotta be careful.
Cut the cameras.
Don't want to put
Dead
too
end.
much. Oh, it comes out easy. And then, this is my favorite part of the whole meal. Topping it off with some scallion. So, that's the final product. And to me, this is one of my favorite meals. Here you go, Crystal.
The final product is worse than I imagined. And I think putting it on a paper plate and then serving it to her girlfriend against her own will is like adding to the wow, that's terrible factor. What was her fictional grandmother thinking feeding this to kids? Now, she didn't show her girlfriend eating this, but you know, we got a bit of a reaction.
Did you like it, Crystal? Oh, it was really good. She said it was really good if you guys didn't hear her. So, since she's a picky person, I was like, oh my god, she's not gonna like my family tradition food, but she liked it, so that's all I'm happy about.
Are you convinced? Honestly, what I'm more worried about is, you know, her girlfriend's mental health. Okay, that's the last depression joke. Okay, and that's our video. So the point I wanted to make is that Amberlynn's cooking is very clearly a sorry, scratchy throat. It's very clearly a product of her, you know, her unstable childhood growing up. She was in the foster care system. I think she bounced around too, and so she never really had anyone sit her down and teach her to cook some things like my parents did. To be honest, it's a very sad story, a very sad childhood, and I wouldn't be making fun of it if it didn't turn Amberlynn into such a horrible person. She's also got a lot of narcissistic tendencies going on, and I think that's once again trying to, you know, clamor for some attention that she wasn't getting as a child. Now, she also has a girlfriend, a new girlfriend, that's teaching her some things about cooking. You know, some new things that are new to her, not new to normal people. Okay, that was mean. Whatever. But she has, you know, she has somebody who's teaching her some new things, and some of the new food that she cooks actually looks good. If I wasn't a vegetarian, I would be into it, but, you know, whatever. So not to be rude, but I really do think Amberlynn would benefit from some counseling. You know, it would help her curb her weight problems. It would help her learn to, you know, open up and learn to cook more, grab a cookbook maybe, and it would help deal with that narcissistic personality disorder that she clearly has. I mean, she apologized to a fellow YouTuber who was a friend to her. She apologized to her abuser, not to the YouTuber that was abused. So, you know, there's that. She also recently blamed her ex for her cancer. So, like I said, pretty narcissistic things. Amber might become a staple on my channel. She's just so hard to look away because it is a train wreck what's going on her channel, and once again, that's very hard to look away from. But it would be okay if it wasn't turning her into such an awful person. She's a train wreck because of some of the awful things she's done. Once again, she blamed her ex for cancer. So, you know, it all deserves some calling out, and I want to be the one to do it. Well, I want to take part in doing it because there are other reaction channels who are built around her. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.